Hey everybody, welcome back. Tonight we're going to wrap up our discussion on movement around your property, the human movement, not deer movement, logging roads, what to plant, what not to plant. Tonight we're going to talk about walking trails and access. And what I mean by that is this last 170, 60, 50 yards to the base of a tree or to the base of a box blind. Now if you look back in September, we did a video with Brandon from First Choice Food Plots. He did mulched a really nice trail around one of the properties we were working on, and I had him take the mulcher and till basically a trail right to the base of a couple of box blinds. And then we came back with a roller, rolled it flat a few times, firmed up the ground. So we were basically walking on hard beach sand, and it worked outstanding all season long. Archery season, rifle season, muzzleloader season, it worked great. And there was a spot he couldn't reach. I took the tiller on the back of my tractor, same thing, did about a 100-yard path to the base of one of our box blinds, packed it down really nice. And actually, if you watch that video, I believe it's something about creating quiet access. At the end of that video, we actually walk in on that sand road, and there's deer out in the food plot. I think it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We had to change a cell camera out. But I love that access. It's just, you cannot really make any noise. So that's what I like to do. Now, if you're in the hardwoods or you can't get equipment in there, I like a combination of ground clear, 2,4-D, and Roundup. Now, ground clear, we get that from Menards. It comes in a black quart jug bottle. I believe Ortho makes it. We'll use that. We'll rake the area clean in the spring, let the vegetation come, and then hit it with this a couple of times a year. Towards the end of the year, you might just need only ground clear, okay? But my thought process is that I want nothing to touch my pant legs, my boots. I really don't want any vegetation there that the deer would even be remotely interested in eating, sniffing. So that's the methods we like to do. I've talked multiple times, and I'm going to keep talking about it. We get to work with some of the best whitetail land managers in the country. I actually messaged a bunch of them, texted them, what do you guys think? What do you guys recommend? And the general consensus was the ground clear, clean ground, any method you can do to the base of the tree, to the box blind. A couple of them, and we're starting to work with some down in some southern states, talked about grass. Now grass up here I think would be a problem because we all in the Midwest, one of the best weeks of hunting is that last week in October. We're waiting for that first cold front to get our morning sits in. I've seen up here that first cold front bring 20 degrees in the morning. Now, if I've got grass on these trails, grass has got moisture in it, moisture freezes, you walk on that, it makes a little bit of noise compared to bare ground. So I'm not really planting grass or recommending it up here on my access trails. Now, some of the folks towards the south might do that because they're really not dealing with frost much. However, deep south, and we heard about it last week when we did the video, one of our friends from Alabama told us that the deer like to eat the ryegrass down there. Okay, well, if they do, I probably wouldn't recommend ryegrass on this trail right here. So just something to think about. It was a question that was brought up, and I thought that would have been a great way to wrap up that discussion on movement on property in relation to a food plot company. And I've never seen it, but it wouldn't surprise me if we get somebody making a walking path blend. I don't know, maybe. Stranger things have happened. I've not seen it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying, somebody might be saying, well, what does this got to do with food plots? Give it a year. But I hope that helps. We're going to wrap this movement up, these movement videos up, and now we're going to get into screening. I think next week we're going to hit the screening pretty hard. We got frost seeding coming up. We got a lot of cool videos coming up, so if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We've got a few more questions coming up with the asknorthwoods@gmail.com email where you can actually send the questions in. We're going to answer them right here. I'm really appreciative of everybody following along. The channel is actually quite surprisingly growing. Really wasn't my intention. I just wanted to get the message out that we wanted to get out right here. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.